Hi everybody, my name is Eli.
I'm Jason.
I'm Caden. I'm Jaden. And we are the Yahoo and the Torah channel.
And we thank you guys very much for joining us. We thank you very much for hanging out with us. And there is the faithful 5 of you who are out there who we see every single day. And we really appreciate you all. And we are the people who believe what, Jaden?
We believe the law, statutes, and commandments are for us to follow. They're for all generations. They were never put on the cross. They were never done away with. The first 5 books of the Bible are our commands. That is what we know as the Torah. We also believe that the Messiah came for us. He came down to give us a chance at repentance of sin so we didn't have to keep doing sacrifices and so that we have a chance at having forgiveness.
Okay. And we do appreciate every single one of you guys out there, and we consider you guys family. And this is Yah Scriptures, guys. This is the exciting book of Yah. And as we get closer and closer to the final pieces of this, it is very, very exciting that there is no other book. There's never been a book as large as this with as many books in it as we see right here. And they've all have restored names in there. And $64, guys. And we're still leaving it at $64 till we can figure out exactly what it should be once we add our distribution center in there. We've got a distribution center. We found a little family, and it's not even a little family, it's a company. And we're paying them to bring the scriptures out. And so this is what they do for a living, is they get books out there. And so we have found them. We are ready to sign with them as well. So we have a place for all our scriptures. We have them on their way as well, and they are very exciting news coming along. Okay, and these are the free versions of this. This is the Yah Scriptures PDF and also the Apocrypha PDF. And you can also get the eSword, all available absolutely free of charge. So hopefully you guys will grab these, and hopefully you guys will read them, and hopefully you will bring them to a part of your life. Now, this is the Amazon books right here. These are produced by Amazon. There's only a couple $1 markup, but for 100% of all profits go back into the prisoners to get them stuff. You can get books like Jubilees and Jasher and the Testament of the 12. These are not available anywhere at all like this with restored names. So we are the first who has ever manufactured these out and got them to everybody. Okay, gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Are you sure? Okay, what happened last week? Yesterday, not last week. What happened yesterday?
Last couple chapters, David, we're seeing the uprise of David and his coming up to become king. He was anointed king. He ended up playing Lear for Shaul when an evil spirit came upon him. Then he went out and fought Goliath, killed Goliath, and he's been gaining power. He's been killing more people. Shaul sent him out to die, and basically he won the battle, and then he ended up with Shaul's daughter. Shaul's daughter protected him. He ran away. Shaul keeps trying to kill him, throwing spears at him, and he wants to kill him because he sees that he is more respected than he is, and that he is gaining power quickly.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have anything?
Nope. No.
Okay. All right. Here we go. 20. And David fled from Nawith in Ramah and went and said to Jonathan, "What have I done? What is my wickedness, and what is my sin before your father, that he seeks my life?" And again, apologies for everybody. That is our dog, Leo. He is, he's kind of I don't know, what is he? A baby? I guess this would be. He does baby moves. So anyway, he's over there doing baby moves, screaming and trying to knock the chairs over. And that's him. Rawr. Okay. What is my wickedness, and what is my sin before your father, that he seeks my life? And Jonathan said to him, "Far be it, you are not going to die. See, my father does no big matter, nor small matter, without disclosing it to me. And why should my father hide this matter from me? Is it not so? It is not so." So Jonathan trying to tell David, that his father is not angry at him.
He's telling us it's going to be all right.
Yeah. But David swore again and said, "Your father knows well that I have found favor in your eyes." And he says, "Do not let Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly, as Yahuwah lives, and as your being lives, there is but a step between me and death." And Jonathan said to David, "Whatever your desire is, I do it for you." And David said to Jonathan, "See, tomorrow is the new moon, and I ought to sit with the sovereign to eat. But let me go, and I shall hide in the field until the 3rd day at evening." A lot of people... Is the front door open? What's going on here? So a lot of people take this new moon, this right here, and they will make, they will put weird things with this. Like they will say it's like the new month, or not the new month, but they will say that it is like a new week. based upon the new moon. And my dogs just all ran away. I have no idea what in the world's going on out there. So we're losing parts of us as the dogs have disappeared. But a lot of people will take it and they will start a new week inside of when they have the new moon. And that takes us outside of the cycles of 7. We have a cycle of 7 that we had since the very beginning of time, when our Creator made day 1, day 2, day 3, and then he says evening and morning are the first day, evening and morning are the second day, evening and morning the same way. Now that cycle of 7, when we're talking about Shabbats, never ends. Even though you have a new moon, does not create a brand new week. And so if you are taking the new moon as a new week and you're going outside of cycles of 7, that is incorrect according to scriptures. And so that is one thing that we have and we can probably calculate is that cycles of 7. After we had our Creator rest on the 7th day, the next week began the day 1 all the way through week 7, and the Sabbaths have been in that order. And so anytime that we're breaking the cycles of 7, and say, for instance, that we want to start a brand new week, say you just had Shabbat on a Saturday, a Shabbat on Gregorian calendar, and then you have a new moon, then people would immediately go and go, okay, well, we have another Shabbat. So they'll have cycles of 2 or cycles of 3 instead of the cycles of 7, which our Creator said. And so everything in our Creator's calendar is very much lined up to perfection that he can figure all of this stuff out. Okay, 6. If your father misses me at all, then you shall say, David earnestly asked my permission to run over to Bethlehem, his city, for a yearly slaughtering is made there for all of the clan. If he says thus, it is well, your servant is safe. But if he is very displeased, then know that he has resolved to do evil. And you shall show kindness to your servant, for you have brought your servant into a covenant of Yahuwah with you. And if there is wickedness in me, put me to death yourself, for why should you bring me to your father? And Jonathan said, far be it from you. For if I knew with certainty that my father has resolved that evil is to come upon you, then I would not make it known to you. And David said to Jonathan, who would make it known to me? Or what if your father answers you sharply? And Jonathan said to David, come, and let us go out into the field. And they both went out into the field. And Jonathan said to David, Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael, when I search out my father sometime tomorrow, on the 3rd day, and see if there is good toward David, and I do not send to you or disclose it to you, so let Yahuwah do so much and much more to Jonathan. And if it pleases my father to do you evil, then I shall disclose it to you and send you away, and you shall go in peace, and Yahuwah be with you as he has been with my father. But show me the kindness of Yahuwah, not only while I still live, so that I do not die, and do not cut off your kindness from my house forever. No, not when Yahuwah has cut off every one of the enemies of David from the face of the earth. Now, Eli, you can babysit the dogs if you would, please. I would appreciate that. Now, guys, what's the deal here? It seems like
so Jonathan pretty much betrayed Shaul and betrayed his family for his best friend, which is it's all right because David was righteous. So since David was the righteous one, he basically asked him to make covenant, like, please do not destroy my children. But when you wipe out Shaul and you wipe out all of your enemies, because he knows that he's going to be the next king. He knows that Yahuwah is with him. He's like, when your enemies are destroyed before you, please do not destroy my family. Please do not forget them. And we see later, it's way later, he actually goes and finds any of his children and brings them to his table. Yeah, and so there's a good covenant. These are things made of friends that are very, very important for the future for David and for the kids of Jonathan's. Okay, 16. And Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David. Yahuwah shall require it at the hand of the enemies of David. And Jonathan again made David swear, because he loved him, for he loved him as he loved his own being. So Jonathan said to him, tomorrow's the new moon, and you shall be missed, because your seat shall be empty. And on the 3rd day, go down quickly, and you shall come to the place where you hid on the day of the deed, and shall remain by the stone of Ezel. What day of the deed? What are we talking about, the day of the deed? Anyone know? Nope. Oh, maybe it's the day where Shaul wanted to kill him, where Shaul came down to his bed to kill him, is where he ran to.
Yeah, maybe. And shall remain by the stone of Ezel. And let me shoot 3 arrows to the side of it, as though shooting at a target. And see, I shall send a youth, saying, go, find the arrows. If I expressly say to the youth, look, the arrows are on the side of you, get them and come. Then as Yahuwah lives, there is safety for you and no concern. But if I say thus to the youth, look, the arrows are beyond you, go your way, for Yahuwah has sent you away. And as the word which you and I have spoken of see, Yahuwah is between you and me forever. And Dawood hid in the field. And when the new moon came, the sovereign sat down by the food to eat. And the sovereign sat on his seat, and at other times on a seat by the wall, with Jonathan standing, with Abner sitting by Shaul's side. But the place of Dawood was empty. Now, Mr. Cole, why do people talk about the new moon on this? And what do they say? That this is the...
I was trying to remember that too.
They prove this part there. They think that this part proves like it's a new week or something, or there's something...
No, because they didn't know for sure when the new moon was, so it was going to be like a 2-day feast, because they didn't know if they would see it one night or the next night.
Okay, so this is on the observation of the moon. And that's something that there is a very much a disagreement with, because you have folks like Todd Bennett with SHEMU'EL, and he hangs out with the Torah calendar guys, and they are extremely Jewish, very, very Jewish on this. And they have it, when you see the moon, you're seeing it at like 3 or 4%. Whereas you're able to see the moon like the day before at like 2% or 1% if you're able to see it. So there's always this dispute on when exactly is these days based upon seeing the moon. Because back in the day, I don't know so much as they could see like a 2% sliver. They didn't have like the technology that we can see things of this nature. So now that we can see it, and that is what is in Scriptures, is the first slight of the moon. Okay, so let's continue on. Where are we at? Anyone who's paying attention?
I think we are.
I'm looking to my youngsters.
You're on 26.
Okay, good, Eli. But Shaul did not speak anything that day, for he thought, it is an accident. He is not clean, for he has not been cleansed. And it came to be in the next day, the 2nd of the month, that Dawood's place was empty. And Shaul said to Jonathan his son, why has the son of Yishai not come to eat, either yesterday or today?
At least he knows whose son he is now.
Yeah, and it's also, they also figured out when the new month was, because it's the 2nd of the month. And so this is day 2.
Maybe they just have a few shovels every day.
Day 1 was the new moon, was the new month. Day 2 was day 2, is what they're counting here as well. And again, we don't know if they were looking at a 1-2% sliver, or if it was like a 3 or 4%. So those are some unknown things we do need a Messiah for. Is it 27?
No, 28, isn't it?
Okay. And Jonathan answered Shaul, Dawood earnestly, let me start again. Jonathan answered Shaul, Dawood earnestly asked for leave to Bethlehem. And he said, please let me go, for our clan has a slaughter in the city, and my brother has commanded me to be there. And now, if I had found favor in your eyes, please let me get away and see my brothers. That is why he has not come to the sovereign's table. Then the displeasure of Shaul burned against Jonathan, and he said to him, you son of a perverse, rebellious woman, do I not know that you have chosen the son of Yishai to your own shame and to the shame of your mother's nakedness? Who's his mother? Who's Jonathan's mother?
I don't think it mentions.
That's an interesting slam when you're you are a son of a perverse, rebellious woman. Yeah, I don't know so much we know who Jonathan's mother is exactly, or why he would say something of that sake. So we would probably have to say by this time that Shaul wasn't hanging out with his mother, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe they had a fight like a couple days before, and so this is what you're hearing, because this is an interesting stuff. This is the internal family stuff that you're hearing here. 31. For as long as the son of Yishai lives on the earth, you shall not be established, you and your reign. And now send and bring him to me, for he is a son of death. And Jonathan answered Shaul his father and said to him, why should he be put to death? What has he done? At that Shaul hurled a spear at him to smite him. Then Jonathan knew that his father had resolved to put Dawood to death.
He has some anger issues.
At this point, should we say that Shaul's not a good aim at his spear?
Dude, this dude's across the other side of the table, right? How big? Okay, this might be a big hill. Man.
This is 3 times we know that he's missed with his spear, chucking. Chucker Shaul.
This dude's just on the other side of the table, right?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm talking a spear. You should be able to nail that sucker 50 feet, you would think. You'd be able to, these guys are qualified on this stuff. You'd be able to really chuck these things with accuracy.
Maybe he has a lot of force, but not a lot of accuracy.
Maybe he's getting old. Maybe he's like really old to chuck that thing. He's like, can't do it.
Shows he shouldn't be king anymore. Can't defend himself.
I don't know. All right, so here we go.
24.
34. And Jonathan rose up from the table in the heat of displeasure, and ate no food the second day of the month, for he was grieved for David, because his father put him to shame. So it says Jonathan rose up from the table. You think he like ran from the table, or you think he like slowly got up?
He probably glared at him on the way out.
Pops just chucked a spear at you. I don't know if you're gonna like walk slowly. Like this is you never know what this dude's gonna do. 35. And it came to be in the morning, Jonathan went into the field at the time appointed with David, and a small youth was with him. And he said to the youth, "Now run, find the arrows which I shoot." As the youth ran, he shot an arrow beyond him. And when the youth came to the place where the arrow which was with Jonathan shot, Jonathan called out after the youth and said, "Is not the arrow beyond you?" Now, there's a couple things here. You have to have nerves of steel to be able to have some dude shooting arrows behind you.
I was gonna say he's shooting as he's in front of it.
Yeah, you gotta hope this dude isn't gonna accidentally stab you in the back.
Hope you have the aim of Shaul.
Yeah,
he might have inherited his dad's aim.
The aim of Shaul. Oh no, I've heard about this. Shaul cannot hit people with spears. Okay, 38. And Jonathan shouted after the youth, "Make haste, hurry, do not stand still." And Jonathan's youth picked up the arrows and came to his master. But the youth knew not a speck. Only Jonathan and David knew of the matter. Then Jonathan gave his weapons to the youth and said to him, "Go, take them to the city." And as soon as the youth had gone, David rose up from the south side and fell on his face to the ground and bowed down 3 times. And they kissed one another, and they wept together, but David more so. And Jonathan said to David, "Go in peace, since we have both sworn in the name of Yahuwah, saying, Yahuwah is between you and me, and between your seed and my seed forever." Then he arose and left, and Jonathan went into the city. Okay, thoughts? Anyone? Family things. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. We've had a lot of issues in this family, right? I've never chucked a spear at you, right?
Right.
So we're not as far down this hole. In fact, I haven't chucked a spear at you multiple times. Now, that hasn't led me to think that I shouldn't, and I haven't thought about throwing things, but I have never done that act, right? So here we are.
Let's hope your accuracy is slightly better than Shaul.
Yeah, let's hope that if I do chuck a spear at you, that my accuracy is as good as Shaul.
See, I'm thinking that this was a occurrence, like when Shaul got angry, like since they were growing up in childhood, they Shaul getting to throw spears at them. Because they don't seem to, I'm like, maybe doesn't know the reaction of them, but this is probably like something normal. Shaul gets angry, throws spears.
He's just a known spear chucker.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Shaul has a spear chucking problem.
It doesn't know how there's the reaction to it, but to me it feels like this is just something that happens often.
Shaul doesn't yell. He just like chucks spears.
Yeah, then he yells at him.
Yeah, he yells at him after. All right. Yeah, we don't know any of that. We're just making light of this, speculating on this. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being part of this. We hope you have a wonderful day. We are out.
Shalom. Shalom.